answer.
Simple enough.
All right, awesome. So we have Lorraine McKenna. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Coffee and Conversations with Champions. And thank you for your time because it's quite late on a Saturday night. And it's 11 o'clock here, and I'd rather be doing this than anything else. So thank you for your time.
You've had a good evening, I think so.
Yeah, it's been pretty big. We had three booked. Unfortunately, we had Megan who couldn't join us, so we'll reschedule that one. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun sort of since Thursday last week. I think I've done nearly 20 of these.
Oh,
So
very good. Well, it's
yeah,
good in the profile competition, so it's hopefully helping. So, will you be there yourself?
yeah, I'm going to be doing the announcing. So I'll be there from Sunday to Friday.
Very
And
good.
my streaming team, Emmet Media guys, will be streaming both platforms. We'll be streaming the Commonwealth to this one, Emmet Media, and then to Emmet Media Extra, we'll be streaming the World Masters. So
Okay.
we're going to hope to be able to chat to a lot of athletes there as well, and we want to be able to chat to all of the athletes and coaches that we've spoken to after the competition to sort of follow up on what it was like, how much fun they had. So
Yeah.
could you give us a brief introduction as to who you are, and then we can chat about powerlifting?
Sure. In general, or just yeah?
Yeah, in general, like we want to showcase the people behind the sport, the people behind the athlete.
Okay. Okay. So my name's Lorraine McKenna, and I am a Masters 2 lifter. So I work I'm a bone marrow transplant coordinator in Belfast. So I have quite a busy job, and powerlifting has been a hobby of mine now since I really took up the sport when I was about turned 44. So I picked it up late, and I've represented Ireland. This will be my sixth appearance now for in an Irish singlet in 2 weeks' time. So yeah, it's been a very enjoyable experience so far, and I plan to keep it going. Hopefully for the next
Awesome.
few years. So yeah. So initially, actually, we were supposed to come out to Sun City for World Masters in 2020 in April, and we were all booked to go. And then the world shut down in March, obviously, so that was postponed or cancelled, as I say. So I think there's actually three of that original team now actually traveling out in 2 weeks' time. So I always said when it was rescheduled that I would, definitely make it. So I'm a person of my word. So here we are making plans and heading there soon. So yeah,
Awesome. And
yeah,
pretty soon. How quickly has
pretty,
this time gone? It's like suddenly it's
yeah,
here.
yeah. Thinking about it, I'm just yeah, it's there's a lot going on. So it's in the, yeah, leaving soon. So but
Awesome.
yeah, I'm looking
So
forward to it now. So
it's going to be a lot of fun. The weather's going to be great. I know just off camera when we were chatting, I didn't want to scare you about the weather. Like I'm sitting here shivering. It's flipping freezing. South Africa is
yeah,
not built for cold weather. We don't have double
yeah,
glazing and insulation and stuff, but it's
yeah,
just a really weird cold snap. But what's really nice is we've had rain. We always value our rain, so it's cleared up the air a bit. But by the time you guys come out, the weather's going to be fantastic at Sun City. And
great.
the water park, the Valley of the Waves, is open, so that's going to be brilliant because the
Yeah,
last two internationals it was closed, so that's going to be good. Yeah. So
yeah,
let's chat about the team
yeah.
that's coming out. What can you tell us?
So there's a team of nine of us. So we're small, but as with every Irish team that makes an appearance, you'll know we're there. So six females and three males. So up the girls. And
Hang
it
on, we have to
ranges
do
from
this then.
ranges from M3 right through to M1. So we have a range of lifters across the whole week. So I think our first lifters are on the Saturday and then right through to the Thursday. So we'll have somebody
Brilliant.
every day and have two coaches coming out with us as well. So yeah, not a massive team. It's obviously quite a commitment to go that far. So but we're pretty happy with the numbers that are going. So you'll know we're there. So yeah, everybody's been training away, and we had our nationals back in July, and then obviously we had to qualify on the back of that. So it's been a bit of a quick turnaround from there, but um, Yeah, I think everybody's getting on great. So everybody's
Everybody's
flying out
ready.
in times, obviously. So but we'll all be there, and I compete on the Monday, and then I hope to obviously be around for the rest of them for the rest of the week. So yeah, looking forward to it. So
Oh, brilliant. Will you also be
yeah.
able to help out, or are you just going to be screaming from the audience?
I'll definitely help out. I don't like sitting idle, so I'll definitely, if
Yeah.
there's a role at all, I'll be doing something. So I'm usually doing that as part of the federation here anyway. So I'm not used to just sitting and watching things. So if there's
Right.
any needs in, I'll definitely give them a hand. So
Brilliant. You know, as we were chatting a little bit earlier as well, is what happens with a lot of these series of podcasts that we try and do, they evolve quite organically, where we reach out to a couple of athletes and we
yeah,
reach out to a couple, and then people see their teammates on and refer. So I'm really happy to have you on, and I'm hoping that we can chat to some more of your guys as well.
yeah. Well, I'm sure we
I
like to
think
chat, so I'm
good.
sure I'm sure we'll be able to get
So
somebody volunteered.
if there's anyone in particular or a couple of people, if you could send us their profiles, we'd greatly
Yeah.
appreciate that.
You've obviously spoken to Anthony already, so
Yep.
uh, he was on. He's pretty laid back, so he he was talking about a rubbish, and he gave me a shout out, so I better give him a shout out back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll give a few people a message and see is there anybody keen to come on the next few days, or
Oh, fantastic.
I don't know when you're doing this right up until, but
Right
yeah,
up
I'm sure we.
until, and then we'll. So, being the announcer, it's going to be a bit of a challenge while I'm there. If there is time afterwards, I'll grab it.
Yeah,
But yeah, and then continuing afterwards. But I think like
yeah.
tomorrow I've got 7 booked, and you can see Saturday evening we're doing some. I want to get in
Well,
as many as possible. There's over 1,000 athletes coming out, so I think if I
yeah,
get the
it
full
is. Yeah,
1,000 in the next 2 weeks,
well, it is. So yeah,
yeah. So,
it'll be great.
anything to tell us about Anthony that you'd like to share?
No, I better not say
Chance for
anything because
revenge.
we're traveling together, so I better be
Yeah.
not saying that. But as you can see, he's very laid back, and
Mm,
he's a good spud. So he'll be one of our, he'll definitely be right up there, when it comes to medals and podiums and all of that. So very, very excited about that.
awesome.
So
How
yeah,
important is a traveling buddy in the sport? What
oh,
does
it
it
just
add
it,
to the experience?
it helps. I think it's just nice. It depends. If it's only short haul, then you're fine getting on a plane. But I think it's nice to go, if you can at all, to go with somebody, that
Mm,
just, they understand what you're doing, and you're doing the same for them. So you're not putting, it does help, especially a big trip like this. Like I
hmm.
would have been not reluctant to go by myself, but it just makes it a bit easier. So
Absolutely.
so yeah, yeah,
And you always want someone at the baggage carousel to say, "Can I help you with that? It looks heavy."
yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's big and strong. He should be able to carry things. So.
You know, no, you saying that to him so you can give him a hand. Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
So, how did
I
you get
know.
involved in powerlift? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. In powerlifting,
Yep.
well, the condensed version is I years ago was with a personal trainer for like weight loss and fat loss thing. I was very
Mm,
unfit and very unhealthy in my early 40s, and I just decided to like basically get my shit together basically, and
mm-hmm.
hired a trainer. He, as well as everything that he did with me, he was doing deadlifts and squat and bench and stuff, and I loved all that. And then I joined a gym where they were doing classes. So they did squat on a Monday, bench, which I hate, on a Wednesday, and deadlifts on. So I just started doing it, and then was put on the girls' side, and very quickly realized I had strong legs, and I could you know lift quite heavy stuff. So I
Mm-hmm.
always ended up around with the boys then. So did a mock meet, and then decided the year that I did a half marathon and a 85-mile cycle, I also decided to do a powerlifting competition.
Wow.
And then I was trying loads of things that
Yeah.
year. And
Quite a combination. Never heard a
yeah, yeah,
powerlifter say that before.
Yeah, don't worry, there was very little running after that. And yeah, then I did the comp and just was like, gosh, I really like this. So, and I'm actually not too bad at it. So then I decided to take it a bit seriously and hired myself a coach, and then just went from there really. So again,
Oh,
only started at 44. So don't know what would have happened if I had picked it up earlier. But then you don't know
mm,
what's going on. You know what you would have missed out on doing other stuff. So no real regrets there at all. So yeah, it's been great.
brilliant.
So now
What's your
I'm M2. So I started as an
yeah?
M1 and now I'm an M2. So I'm sticking with it. So
Yeah, and I think, by the time that we get sort of past M4, they would have M5 officially, M6 officially. So like it's a lot of fun
yeah,
for chasing records.
why not? Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great sport.
Yeah,
For coming into the sport sort of in your mid 40s, what
yeah.
would you say to people that are sort of in that age group that are thinking maybe they passed their prime, they passed it, they wouldn't really want to consider powerlifting? What would you say to them about what's
You're
the reason?
you're never no, you're never past it, and
Mm,
it's a very accessible sport that anybody of any age can take up. It's a low barrier of entry, and in particular, not to talk about age or anything or to dwell on that, but as we get older, coming from the background that I work in, you
mm-hmm,
lose muscle mass and you lose bone density, and we age, and if you do any sort of strength training at all or resistance training, that has positive implications for aging better.
yeah.
And particularly females. So again, not
Mm.
to single out females over males, but in particular, I think it's something that anybody can take up, and particularly people in their 40s, even more so 50s, 60s. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely not, definitely add.
yeah. Eh,
So yeah, it's about it's not about thinking of your old age at 70 or 80, but the things that you do in a certain stage in your life is going to make living as an older person easier. So
mm.
I've seen that so much in my work as well as everything else. So yeah,
So I mean,
totally recommend.
yeah, absolutely. You have a quite a unique perspective on that because I think one of the largest or the biggest indicator of quality of life and longevity is your community and your connections, your ability to meet with people, to
Yeah,
interact with other people.
yeah,
Where
mm.
we give away, we become frail, we give away our mobility, we're able to move less, we lose those connections and that sense of community.
Mhm.
And I think powerlifting gives us a wonderful community and the means to keep interacting with that community.
Yeah, it does. It's definitely introduced me to a range of people that I would have never crossed paths with. So very grateful for that from all over the country and internationally as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been nothing but positive for me. So nothing negative at all really. So
Are,
that's a
are,
rare thing.
absolutely. Are there any people in particular that not to mention names and leave people out, but anyone in particular you're looking forward to seeing again in South Africa?
Well, I have girl a girl called Pia who's I first met in 2019 in Helsingborg. So
Mm,
we were competing together, and I apparently she let me take a squat medal on her. So we've been in touch ever since, and we got meeting up in 2021 again back in Sweden when the comps reopened. So I'm looking forward to
mm,
catching up with her. And then
awesome.
internet like different nationalities that I would compete with, that I know by first name, not very well, but suddenly you're in first name terms with people, or you know people by face, and a lot of the time it is the same people turning up, especially within Europe. So I'm looking forward to seeing further internationally wide, the Americans and
Mm.
New Zealand, anybody around. And then as well as that, there's a lot of the Northern Ireland powerlifting team. I would know a lot of those folks as well. They're traveling over as well. So even though I would see them a lot in Belfast, I'm going to be now seeing them in South Africa as well. So should hopefully know plenty of people. So
That's going to be brilliant. Listen, I
yeah,
think there's over 1,000 lifters
yeah.
on both platforms. It's going to be a big
Uh-huh.
comp. Do you have
Mhm.
anyone coming out for Masters, or is it just Commonwealth?
Um, so the Irish Masters team is
Y-
coming out.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
brilliant.
So
Mm,
that's a separate team to the
yes.
Northern Ireland Powerlift. So that
Mm.
that's Masters. I think was initially scheduled in Sun City, and I believe Commonwealth was supposed to be elsewhere. So
Yeah.
then it was amalgamated. So yeah, it's two different teams, but again, because it's all in the same week, it's going to be all intertwined anyway.
Yeah.
So I think people might get a bit confused, and that's quite understandable as well. So
Yep. So
there's
it's
two
also,
teams.
for me trying to figure out everything that's going on with the
No,
different teams.
I don't envy you at all. I don't envy you trying to figure it out, but it's
Yeah.
two separate teams. The Masters Irish team is a team of nine, and then
Mm,
there's the British Masters team, and then you
yeah.
have, let's see, the Northern Ireland Powerlifting Federation team, which incorporates sub junior right up to Masters. So
Mm.
I, I, I get why it's not that clear cut.
Looking forward to announcing it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm going to come around the back and just give everyone numbers, and right off you go. Bar loaded for
Yeah,
number 27.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, don't
Oh,
worry, don't worry.
yeah. So,
People won't mind.
yeah, what are you looking forward to about coming out to Sun City? Anything you can talk about?
Well, I'm looking forward to, I suppose, when I get there, finding my bearings, and then hopefully being able to watch some of the team when I get the Saturday and the Sunday, and then obviously, like every other time when you compete, your nerves are wrecked until you do it, and then
Mm.
that's me Monday evening. I'm there to Saturday, so I'll be able to chill out and then just dodge about for the next 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Hoping to do a safari. I don't know how that easy that's sorted, but
Super
that's
easy.
the
You
yeah,
yeah, you literally, we're in the Pilanesberg Reserve, and
yeah,
you book it at the hotel. It's really easy to
yeah.
do.
So
Uh,
that's a goal for sure. Yeah,
yeah. The water park's going to be fantastic. The pools are lovely. Even just
yeah,
walking around, like you can take a walk up to the palace. The Palace Hotel
yeah,
gardens are magnificent. The Cascade
yeah,
Gardens are magnificent. So
yeah,
if you enjoy walking, it's a really lovely place to be,
yeah.
and it's safe
No,
and it's secure. It's a lot of fun.
yeah, that's good. So no, looking forward to everything
Mm.
really. Particularly after I've competed, then I'll be fine. So
Mm. It, we've touched a little bit on it, and I'll ask everyone on this series sort of why should people get involved in powerlifting. We touched about the age thing, but what are some of the other reasons that you believe people should get involved in the sport?
well, apart from the physical reasons, which
Mm.
are very obvious, I think it's very good for alleviating stress. It makes me, leave my job at a certain time in the evening time because I need to go and train. So therefore, it makes me, disciplined to
Mm-hmm.
get my training in, and I have my program and I tick my box and all. I could do all the training. Sometimes don't do my accessories, but the odd time. But yeah, there's a social scene at the gym, so Monday nights are usually busy, and you're hanging out with a lot of people, and then I train with my coach another day. So yeah, it's part of my life really. So it has been for the last 7 years. So I'm not totally sure what I would be at if I wasn't
Mm.
at that. So yeah, and then again, who you meet through it, and I'm part of the Irish Powerlifting Federation. I help with spotting and loading, and I'm a ref.
Mm.
I'm also the anti-doping officer as well. So couple of couple of different roles there as well. So just trying to help out there, and just trying to promote it
Mm.
a bit like we're doing at the minute. So yeah,
So how is the
keep
promotion? Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
no, it I think it keeps me sane, and it does help with stress because I have a very stressful job
Yeah.
sometimes. So it does. It makes you switch off once you go into the gym, and that's very important, like, for me
Hmm.
anyway. So otherwise, you just carry your job home sometimes. So
Yeah. And I think it's such a valid point where you're forcing yourself to leave work to go and
yeah,
now give yourself time, because if you don't have
yeah,
that, you can turn around and it's another 6 hours later and you still
yeah.
there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So,
it's a. Can we chat about how powerlifting is growing? How's the federation going? How's that work promoting the sport?
gosh, it's great. I'm not totally sure what the membership is, but I know the membership has increased a lot this year, and I believe female to
Mm.
male is on par nearly with numbers. Our competitions are selling out in 5-10 minutes with
Sure.
massive waiting lists. So that's a very positive sign. So there's a lot of again all ages signed up to it as well. And I think with social media and Instagram and TikTok in particular,
Mm-mm.
a lot of people are finding it now as well. So there's a lot of bad things about social media, but there's good things too, and it's just bringing the sport to everybody. And yeah, it's growing massively in Ireland. So north and south, I think. So yeah, it's actually quite hard to keep up with the demand now for competition. So
Mm-hmm.
it's yeah, it's all positive. It's all positive. So we're a small island, so we're not a massive population. So our selection would be our talent out there is because of the size that we are, but
Mm.
the same time we represent very well internationally. So for being
Absolutely.
such a small part of the world. So yeah, so
Well,
yeah, it's all good.
what would you like to see for the future?
Gosh, I don't know. We're constantly trying to improve the standards of our competitions. We're trying to make it better all the time. There's a great committee on board. We're all volunteers at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day. So just to try and improve the standard and the quality, and by doing that locally, then it just transfers on to internationally as well. So slowly but surely, and see can we get some sponsorship on board as well, which is obviously it's a self-funded sport, so it's expensive for anybody to do. So again, the committee are working on getting some sponsorship for local competitions as well, and they work with us and try and fund some of our costs for going away. But I think the aim is to just try on improving that. So yeah.
To grow. Growing with the lifting, are you seeing guys coming through as well to help out with the support roles? You're a referee, you do the spotting and loading. Are guys coming in wanting to take the ref courses? Because we all know powerlifters just want to do referee courses.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you never have enough volunteers. That's very obvious. That we run like a
Mm-hmm.
reward system. Where if you volunteer, you get early access to the next
Oh,
competition that
brilliant.
goes ill. So that's proving very lucrative for people because, as I say, um, if you go on if it goes on general release, you tend to
Mm.
sell out in 5 minutes. Whereas if you get early bird access, then that's an incentive to help out with your fed. Like everything, it's a lot of the time it is the same people rocking up doing the same things,
Yeah.
but um, you know, it's about trying to offer incentives about for people to participate as
Mm.
well. Plus, when you start out, you're nervous, and when I started out the first year, I would have never spotted and loaded. I was terrified of the job. Thought I'd really would mess up the first time I did it, but
Yep.
I think sometimes it does. It just takes a bit of confidence.
Can
So
relate. Yeah. I think once
then
you're in
every
that zone, then it's
with
great.
referee,
Yeah.
yeah, everybody, especially the young ones, are all experts as well on the refereeing. So
Yeah.
they
Uh,
think they don't do the course. So yeah.
it's so true. I always find that when people become referees and then either like a provincial or national level, they'll come up to you afterwards and go, "Wow, I didn't realize how tough that was. I'm sorry." You know?
And it's the same. It's one of the hardest jobs, and it's a thankless job.
Yeah.
And you just get yeah, it is.
This is my bit.
It's an interesting aspect of the platform. So put it
Yeah.
that way. So it's for everybody, but.
My best job is working. Well, I do the announcing now, so but working as TC as well, and I got to work at TC when I was still a national ref at World Bench, and that was an absolute
Yeah,
blast because like just
yeah,
hanging out with the lifters, and you try to psych them up as well, and you just try and calm
yeah,
them down and having a bit of fun. So, and then you get to meet some of the characters like his name's escaped me for a moment. A Canadian. He's coached by his dad. And like the dad
yeah.
walked right out onto the platform and I run back and get him. He's like, I'm so sorry. It's my first powerlifting competition. It's like, don't worry, sir.
Yeah.
It's fine. You could. Meanwhile, he's been involved in the sport for like 20 years. I found out afterwards. And they were all having
All
a
right.
good chuckle at me. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all in good fun. So absolutely
yeah.
a lot of fun.
Can't say- yeah.
For you for the future, what plans or like to see happen?
With powerlifting or just
Yeah.
with
Or
me
both.
or
Yeah, for sure.
well, I suppose I'm only looking towards this comp that's in the immediate. So I like to compete once or twice a year. It depends what's happening. I know Worlds is in Cape Town next year, so
Yes.
um I have been to Cape Town already, so I've done that trip. And I did a wine tour and we did Stellenbosch and had a great time. So, but that was many years ago. So I may end up coming back again next year.
It's
We'll
even
see.
better Cape Town now.
We'll see. We'll see what 2025 brings. But yeah, no, just looking forward to now. After this, a bit of downtime and a bit of an off
Mm,
season. My third comp this year
okay.
now. So life's been pretty hectic. So but yeah, just keep training away. As I say, it's just part of my evenings. I do it 3 evenings a week, and then you
Keeps you
just
out of
don't think about
trouble.
it. Yeah, the car just heads to the gym, when you
Yeah.
come out the gate. So yeah, keep going and hopefully stay healthy and injury free and all sorts of touch
Yeah,
wood.
yeah,
So
touch the wood, absolutely.
yeah,
So, yeah, just, there,
I know.
100%.
Yeah, so yeah.
Is there anyone like you would like to mention or give a shout out to or say hello to?
I'm gonna give a shout out to again Anto, even though I've
Mm.
done that twice, so we've got two shout outs. That's plenty.
Hang on. There.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to two of the masters, Karen and Emma. They're originals on the team. Whenever I started powerlifting, and Helen as well, they
Mm.
were the three that I saw the first year that I competed. I saw them go to Worlds in Canada, and I was all like, gosh, I'd really like to do that. I don't think I'm that far off that. So they're the ones that made me think of being on the Irish team. So shout out to them. Unfortunately, for various reasons, they're not going to Cape Town,
Mm.
but the two of them have been very involved in getting the team there. So again, Trojan work,
Mm-hmm.
unrecognised, and all voluntary. So I want to give a shout out to Karen Barry and Emma Keeley in particular, and thank you for all that they've done.
So then we'd actually love the opportunity to chat to them because the behind the scenes stories are just as important as the athletes
Yeah,
that are traveling. So we really
yeah.
appreciate that.
Well, Emma does Trojan work, and Karen is, in the Hall of Fame now. She's been around for 10 years, so
So,
she even had a movie made about her. So she's very
hey,
famous here.
oh,
Yeah, so I'll definitely pass
sorry.
it. So yeah, and I'm sure she'll be watching the whole
100%.
time away. So yeah,
Awesome. And I'm watching the comment section then quickly. It's like, don't get me involved.
so
All right, Fred. Anyone else?
no, no, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Brilliant. I think just to go back to the point, it's something that I'm really passionate about within South Africa, within South African lifting. And our federation's been working so hard with the refereeing and the referee clinics and getting people involved. For you to
Mm.
chat to the members of your federation and people that are connected and passionate with the sport, why should they become referees? It's a thankless job. You're getting shouted at. You're getting looks both from the athletes and the coaches sometimes, and then you can hear everyone chatting in the back about your call. But why should they step up to the role and become referees?
Um, I don't know. Some people say it's the best view on the platform. So
Mm.
being in the referee's chair. So
You mean like this,
yeah,
the
yeah.
bench?
So, so um, uh, yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, my sister's just
Mm,
texted me the other to say
yeah.
I didn't give her a shout out, and giving her a shout out.
Sorry,
She's so
wait,
cute.
wait. Sorry about
Oh,
that. Hang on, maybe we should do this. So, what is your sister's name?
Moira.
How do I spell that?
Um, it's Irish, so it's
Cool.
Maire, and it's
Mair.
Re.
Re. All right, cool.
Yeah,
That's it. And
yeah.
here we go. So
Great,
let's go.
great and everything.
Yeah,
Shout out.
okay.
Oh yeah,
Just make that nice and big. We go wave. Hi. Hi, Marie. Hello.
yeah.
Is that good enough?
Sorry. Back to the referee's question. Why should they
Yeah.
do it? I think well, I suppose once you feel that you're experienced,
Mm,
not everybody wants to be a referee, but if you thought about it at all, you should at least do the exam and do a shadow session, and see. I know
mm,
there are some people that haven't gone any further from doing their shadow sessions for whatever reason, but I think it just makes you more sure of the rules and the regulations.
absolutely. Yep.
Um, you know, so it definitely, not that it helps people's lifting, but it just makes you more aware as well. So that when you're at a competition now, you're probably always thinking with your referees head on as
Yeah.
well. So especially even when you're watching internationals, you're nearly trying to make the calls as well. So
That's
and
great
it's
advice. Yeah.
less exhausting in some ways than spotting and loading. So
Mm.
but in other ways, it's more stressful. So it's hard to know. It's hard to know.
But also, it's
What?
when we have a lot. If you have enough referees, so you got the technical controller, you've got your three
Yeah,
refs, you might have someone in the warm up area. The more you can make it like an international, the more comfortable the lifters become. And I think also you show up at every comp, it's always the same referees, so they
yeah,
do need breaks.
they do. They do. Yeah, yeah, and it just shares the load a bit, I suppose. So
Absolutely.
um,
Sure.
I think.
Anything? Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay. I think that our technical director tries to run two or three sets of exams a
Mm,
year to try and encourage people. So
no.
um, we'll
If you're
try and
watching
see.
and listening, step up, do the referee exam. It'll change your life.
Will it?
Well,
Yeah.
you get a nice blazer ultimately. It's a lot of fun.
Uh
Yeah.
huh. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So my argument is you want to be a cat one by the time we get into the Olympics, so then you can go to the Olympics as a referee. If you
Oh
don't
God.
if you don't go as an athlete. That's not going to be too much pressure. So,
No. No.
yeah. Anything you'd like to share or talk about as we wrap up?
No. 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 I think that's it.
Okay,
As I say, I look forward to heading over. So I'll definitely give you a heads up when I get there, and
brilliant.
happy to chat again. So, and I'll
I
try
would
and
love that. Thank you.
get one or two more people to come on, especially from
Hmm.
the Masters first team. So
Yeah.
just to
Listen,
yeah, because
yeah, oh, sorry.
there's some there's a wide range of people with a wide range of background and
Mm.
reasons for getting it. So you know, every story's different, I suppose.
That's and that's exactly why we do this, and that's why we called the episodes "Coffee and Conversations with Champions" because it's just ordinary people who are champions and doing these wonderful, wonderful things. And if you're a world champion, that's fantastic. If you're just competing at a local level, that's still fantastic because
Yeah,
everyone in this community that I've met is absolutely wonderful, and it's
yeah,
it's great to be part of it. It's made a profound
yeah.
difference in my life, and that's why I do this because people need to be able to share their stories. People need to hear the stories and know this is something they could get involved in. This is something that they want to do because of the community and the experience and the opportunity. And hopefully, with increased awareness comes increased
Mhm.
willingness from sponsors to get involved and to back the sport and the athletes because Lorraine, as I always say, you don't hear of a power lifter in a scandal for crashing his Bugatti in Monaco. You know,
Mm.
we're, we're a nice, wholesome sport, and it's good.
Afford
Pardon?
it's probably because we can't afford one.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, not yet. We're not football players yet, so
no, definitely not.
maybe in 20
Maybe
years' time,
free
someone will do.
t-shirt here but it. So
Yep. Super. So thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate having you on.
oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And then I hope we're not going
Nice.
to take too
Is
much more.
your last done? Yeah, you done for the night?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like 20 to 12. I'll wrap up,
Okay.
respond to a couple of messages and get to bed. It's interesting, like
Yeah.
my day starts usually at 4 a.m. and then we'll go through with these
Oh,
to about 11 or 12 for now. We'll
yeah.
push it hard until end of Commonwealth and then take a bit of a break. And then we've got Africa champs 10 days
Okay.
after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that'll be fun. But,
Busy time. Busy time.
I was chatting to, excuse me, Amy Jarvie earlier. I was saying to her, I've been sober for, people ask me about like the hours I keep and how I work. I've been, 23rd of October is going to be 18 years I've been sober. And I tell people I used to work for 8 hours a day and then I'd be in the pub for 8 hours a day. So I'm used to 16, 18-hour
Make all
days.
this
It's
time.
not a
Yeah.
problem. Yeah. Keeps me out of trouble. So
Good. Good stuff.
looking forward to meeting you as well.
Yeah,
And
you too.
yeah, hopefully you guys are making enough noise. We can put one of the wireless microphones by you guys, and then you'll be our cheering soundtrack for the competitions. I think that would be
Yeah.
fabulous.
Don't worry. You'll know we're there. So
Oh, brilliant. Look forward to it. So thank you for your time. We're looking forward to
yep.
meeting you. Travel safe. And
Thank you.
yeah, we'll see you in South Africa. And I'm looking forward to chatting to some of your team. And I know you'll be able to bully them into coming on. I've no doubt.
I wouldn't use the word bully, but I'll persuade one or
Convince.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persuade.
Yeah.
Persuade. 100%. Absolutely. Persuasion.
Yeah.
Awesome. Rain, thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, that was Lorraine McKenna. Absolutely wonderful conversation and chatting about powerlifting, her federation, coming out to Sun City, and the clear passion and commitment for the sport there. And this is what keeps the sport going and growing through wonderful individuals like this. I mean, spotting and loading, reffing, and lifting. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Let's have a quick look here for our next ones. Sunday is a busy day. I think we got 7. We're starting out at 1 p.m. South Africa time. That's GMT plus 2. We're going to be chatting to Emily Westray. And then from 3 p.m. South Africa time, GMT plus 2, all the way through to 9 p.m. We've got one session booked every hour. We'll post those up on our Instagram channel tomorrow morning, and we look forward to you guys joining us. Please let us have your questions and comments on the live stream for the athletes, or again in the comments afterwards. And we're doing this for you. We're doing this for our community, for our lifters, for our coaches, because people deserve to share their stories. People deserve to hear the stories of our wonderful, diverse community. You've been watching Coffee and Conversations with Champions. My name is Nicholas Ingle. Thank you for joining us. See you tomorrow.